It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
How hard was it for you to find the time to work on this? It was time consuming.
I did it with Alexis Petridis, who's a friend of mine who writes for The Guardian. He's the chief music critic. And he's been a friend of mine for a long time. And the thing I chose why I chose Alexis, because originally I was going to do a book with Ingrid Sishi, who was my dear friend who passed away. And she would have done a more analytical book, and it wouldn't have been so much personal. It would have been more analyzing my life, and it would have been more theoretical and more highbrow. And then when she died, I wasn't that keen on doing a book. And then David said, you know, you have kids, they need to know the truth. I've had so many biographies written about me that aren't true, and they don't know, how could they be? They don't know me. I've never let anybody have any access to me. So I'm not having a go at the biographers, but if you don't have access, you're not going to write the real stuff. So I decided to choose Alexis because he's one of the funniest people I've ever met and writes the funniest blogs and emails. And I started taping with him about 2 years ago. And I thought, oh God, how am I going to do this? Am I going to remember anything? It was a bit like when I went into rehab. They said, write. And I said, I don't know, I can't remember. When am I going to start? Well, we started in 1975. We started at the Dodger Stadium concert. It was a good place to start because my life was really crazy then. It was the peak of my career at that time. So we started there. If I'd have started the childhood stuff, I think it would have been harder. So we started at the more frivolous side of things, even though they were quite heady, and I was in the swimming pool trying to kill myself 2 days before Dodger Stadium. But it was, you know, it was craziness. And then we went back to the beginning. And it's amazing how much I can remember. I was prompted by so many friends, Tony King especially. Do you remember this? He had diaries. I had diaries. My diary was, you know, there's a bit in there about got up, tidied the house, bought a Rolls Royce, had dinner, wrote Candle in the Wind, had dinner with Ringo Starr. That was one day. Because I don't write feelings in diaries, I just write events. And so Tony was very instrumental in helping me remember stuff. And as soon as I started to remember stuff, more stuff came out. And it was a really enjoyable process. I don't know how many interviews we must have done, 20 maybe, but they were 3 hours at a time. So you more or less say, I did 60 hours of interviews.
Over a 2-year period.
Yeah.
Right.